Welcome, guys. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen channel. I want to welcome you back to another read here at the Ora-gen channel. And today's reading is another downloaded message coming through. So I will be definitely talking with you about the download, and then we're going to get into some new Oracle decks and get into the energy and understand a little bit more about what is coming up in the download and why this is connective for the collective at this time. Okay, guys, I'm going to get right into it. So this one here was kind of more like a vivid download, something with a lot of color, a lot of messaging. And this one was on the topic of don't go up against them. Keep doing what you are doing and proving them wrong. And that messaging came in really strong with this download. So there was images of different people coming up with innovative new ways to do things that serve the greater good or humanity or the populace. These things that they were coming up with were to help others and optimize old ways of doing things. So there might be some of you in the collective that are actually, I don't know, inventors, or you're just coming up with new practices, new ways of looking at things, new ways of viewing things, new ways of maybe going about a process, maybe a tool that you are looking at and saying, that's not practical, but if we changed it and did this, it would work better. Whatever that is, this message is resonating more than likely with somebody who's in a creative energy about how to improve a process, how to bring in a new one, or just like an energy that is creative and inventive. And maybe you're a person who in the past did not have a lot of support. Maybe you presently don't have that from others, but you have a strong desire to create new things and to engage in this kind of work because it feels very connective for you. So you're being encouraged to keep going because there's actually some really positive results that are coming up very soon for you by continuing to engage with this new idea, this new way of viewing things, this new way of doing things. And really, instead of just sharing the information with others before it is finalized, you're being encouraged to just work silently. Continue working on the projects that you're working on, and then watch them come into their fruition. And this is how, if there's like resistive energy about what you're doing, how you will combat that energy. Not by arguing with people or getting in debates with people or trying to explain yourself to people who don't understand you and are not energetically in alignment with you. You are being encouraged to continue with the work you're doing and to not get sidetracked with those other energies. There's something in here in this download about people having fun while innovating. Being outside, engaging with others of like mind, to create and share with. You're being encouraged to move in circles of like energy for the best results. And this was a very high frequency, vivid download. And literally that imagery was people outside. It was the colors were very sharp and contrasting and beautiful. It was very picturesque. People were outside enjoying the weather, engaging with each other, spending time in energies and in ways that feel connective, like a soul tribe or a soul group. People of like mind and energy. And how engaging with others who are of like mind and energy will actually really help you with these new ideas, these new projects that you're working on. Instead of expending energy to those who don't understand and who you have to argue with or be defensive with or offensive with, which is an expenditure of energy. You're actually being encouraged to interact with others of like-minded energy, or it will actually breathe life into the work that you're doing right now. So this collective download might resonate with many in the collective, but it might just be certain individuals who are troubled by 3D energies right now while you are working on these new innovations. And this is some 5D New Earth energy. Like, these are things that could down the line get patented and utilized for the greater good. This is why I'm saying it's super important that you keep working on these things, but you know, you could be troubled by these 3D energies, or the, you know, maybe non-receptive energies in the timeline that you are presently in. You are being encouraged not to try to fight, resist, argue with these energies, but just focus in on your work. And we're going to pull some cards, so there might be some information in here on how you can redirect when you're starting to feel overwhelmed by like toxic or negative or resistive energies. Some tools that you can utilize to help yourself to move past that and to really get back into your work. So this download had an overall positive feeling, the messaging on how to move forward in New Earth energy. And it was a very beautiful, almost like paradisiac, egalitarian message that we have the power to change how we feel right now, and that we cannot leave this, in someone else's hands. This is something that we have to do individually. So you're being encouraged through the download. You have to take charge. If energies are pulling you all over the place, you really need to center into yourself. We don't correct things externally. We correct them internally, because that's where we're feeling the energies. When we feel strong emotional response, or we feel something is out of alignment, we're feeling that within ourselves, not outside of ourselves. We don't have control over what outside energies will do. What we can do is step into our higher self and really do the work to help ourselves to stay balanced and regulated energetically, emotionally, physically, whatever it is, whether it's self-care, whatever it might be, while we are moving through those resistive energies. I guess a good example might be like if you're running a marathon, and let's say you get like 2 miles up the road and you are completely exhausted, you know, do you look for others outside of the situation to help you to feel refreshed? No. You're probably going to, you know, maybe jog over to the side and grab a cup of Gatorade, or, you know, some sort of, you know, drink that helps to rehydrate you. Take a few breaths, and then you're going to get back into the race. No one's going to do it for you. There might be help for you on the sideline once you decide to move that way, but you have to be the one to take the initiative, or to take the steps to move in that direction, so that way you can get the tools that you need to refresh yourself and get back on the path. And that's what we're talking about here. So that's the download, guys. I'm gonna definitely pull from 3 new decks today. So we have the Work Your Light deck. This is a very beautiful deck. I love the imagery and the artwork, and the messaging is phenomenal. We're also going to utilize the Guides of the Hidden Realms. This has some very beautiful artwork that is really bright and contrasting in color, and the messages are very bold as well. And then here's a familiar deck. Maybe I haven't used it that much, but it's the Starseed Oracle. So we're bringing that out because definitely we are tapping into some Starseed energy here, and kind of talking about that energy of what it is that you are here to do in this timeline, and how to really tap into that in a way that feels good, and also helps to get you on path. So I will be doing another Starseed reading here soon, probably this week. I'll do one and pull some more of Starseed origins, and then talk a little bit about those groups and their origin and what they do here on planet Earth during this time period. And then also we'll pull some cards around that to talk a little bit more about how you can tap into those energies more in your day-to-day life. So A lot of cool stuff coming up. Let's go on ahead and light our candles here. You know, I also have the pink tarot with me. I forgot to mention that. So I might use it. I'm not sure that I will. We'll see what happens. But that's an option, just in case we need more clarity here. And I hope this message finds you on this day, this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope it finds you doing well. I hope your day or your week is going well, your weekend. And if it's the weekend for you, which is when this message was recorded, I hope you're relaxing and enjoying your weekend, doing some things that feel good for you. And most importantly, taking an opportunity to recharge. Because if we don't take any time at all on the weekend, during the week, whenever, to just take a moment and recharge, we really need to kind of look at our schedule and see why that is. And maybe look within ourselves and see why we haven't looked at that as something that is important. Because truly it is. You are the person, the being that everything is being done through at this time. You are the work. You are the light. So make sure that you take time to tap in and tune into that, okay? And take care of yourself wherever you are. All right, for those of you who are sound sensitive, I am getting ready to ring my meditation bell. Please turn the volume down on your devices now. All right. Taking a nice inhalation and exhalation, and definitely if you have any coffee, tea, water, whatever is feeling good and healthy for your throat, please feel free to bring that into the space. I am still sipping on coffee even though it is later in the day. It's not really coffee, it's like the Reiki, the reishi mushrooms, and a little bit of caffeine, a little bit of coffee, but still, you know, it's kind of late in the day, but it tastes so good. And it's the weekend for me, so I'm going to go on ahead and enjoy my cup. Definitely, I invite you to grab your cup of tea or coffee now as well. And just take a sip with me and just let's dive into the energy together. Okay, guys, so we went into the download. So I am going to go into the guides of the hidden realms first, and we're going to just see what energy is here relating to this message and what might be helpful or beneficial for you to know at this time. And as always, the decks are pre-shuffled and charged, but I always shuffle on camera to make sure that you know that the decks are shuffled and that I am not just pulling cards. I'm not saying that I've had a bunch of questions about that, but I just want you all to know, most importantly, that you are seeing the energy work. And that's the excitement of using Oracle decks. It's a way to connect with you all and help you to see how energies kind of move and how they make other things in our experience move. So it's a really beautiful example of energy in motion. So that's why I like to share that with you this way. Okay, we're going to take the first card on the bottom to start. Spirit. Wow, this came up in the pre-shuffle. The true source of power. So this one says divine will, integrity, power versus force. I told you the artwork is really beautiful. It kind of looks like watercolor paintings mixed with oil canvas. I don't know, it's really pretty and unique. So we have the true source of power. Well, we can kind of see where this is going. Didn't we just talk about in the download that you're not supposed to try and like cognitively go up against the energy or resist or fight the energy in that way, but that you're supposed to focus on your work, and that's the way you'll prove them wrong? This one says the true source of power is divine will and integrity, power versus force. You're not supposed to force your energy in this situation. You're supposed to let the universe and your guides take care of this. Really, your job is to focus on what your job is. So that is really beautiful that that was the first card coming out in the reading. That's pretty amazing. Well, we have a few more cards popped out here. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. So we have the Alchemy of Poison. This one says transformational lessons, reclaiming personal choice, radical forgiveness. Okay. Look at this guy here. Wild, right? So this one here is really talking about how to move through resistive energies. We don't do that by reflecting those energies back. Now, granted, there might be times when we need to like return something to sender, right? But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about how to move through resistive energies within ourself. So if we are holding a lot of anger, emotional response to, you know, the way we've been treated, or maybe the way we're currently being treated, by mimicking that energy and sending it back, we're actually stepping into that vibrational space. Instead of holding our own vibration and really focusing on what it is we're here to do, we've now altered ourselves into a different vibrational state. So you're being encouraged here to really step into this transformational energy. Everything has a lesson in it. And we have an opportunity to reclaim our personal choice by choosing ourselves in these energies. Not stepping into negative energies or toxic energies, but choosing yourself. This is why you're being encouraged, even if you have not historically and currently are not receiving support for the things that you're working on, or that's how you're feeling, you're being encouraged not to, you know, basically return fire for fire. You're actually being encouraged to focus. That doesn't mean stand there and let somebody hit you in the head. That's not what we're talking about. You're expending energy every time you argue, debate, or get into some sort of negative dialogue with somebody. That message is for somebody here. You're expending energy. You don't need to do that. And it's not helping you with the real root issue, which is not feeling supported. It's not fixing anything. You're just expending energy. And at the end of the day, whomever this is you're arguing with, they're not even getting the point of it anyways. They just don't understand. So you're actually wasting energy. You need to put that energy where it will most benefit you. So you're being encouraged to reclaim your personal choice here and get involved in radical acceptance. Radical acceptance does not mean I agree with everything that people around me are doing. That's not what that means. It means that you are in a accepting energy within yourself. I accept and acknowledge that this is the way this situation is. This is the way this person is. I accept and acknowledge that. And I understand that I'm not able to bring up certain topics around them or maybe discuss certain things with them. And if this is people in your family or people that you love and care about, please know you can still show love, care, and concern for somebody without dragging them into areas of your life where you know it's going to be problematic for them and you. Because really, at the end of the day, when you do that, you're not really honoring their energy or yours. You're trying to force something that can't be at this time. It's not where they're at. So really accepting it and acknowledging, and then, you know, getting involved in radical forgiveness within yourself. So that's, once again, that's more of that self-adaptive energy. And then the sovereignty of magic. The sovereignty of magic. Let me see if I can hold that up so you can see it. So this one here is synchronicities, miracles, spiritual forces. Yeah, so you have a lot of support from your spirit team. You're not, they're going to take care of whatever you need to complete this work that you're working on, especially because it ties into, you know, 5D energies being grounded into, you know, your your timeline. 5D energy is being grounded into your timeline. So some of this work you are doing with efforts that you are taking, and some of the work your spirit team is doing. So you're being encouraged not to try and take on aspects of this work that's really for your spirit team, for universal support. So those are our 3 cards from the guides. Yeah, and this is on the bottom of the deck. Connection through the cosmos. Wow, I didn't even know this was here. Community. Everything is connected. The law of reciprocity. This had popped up before too. Yep. This is important because this one is talking about, once again, your connection through the cosmos will connect you, like we talked about earlier with the download that was uploaded earlier today. Everything is connected through an energetic field. So even though you may not be directly connected with someone who's a stranger to you or you don't know, you're both setting or placed in that energetic field. And through that field, you are connected. So the universe can utilize whatever means necessary to draw you support that's actually appropriate for what you're doing with ease, because everything is connected through that field, so it can pull on any angle to draw you that support. Be patient. Focus on your work and allow your guides to assist you in the areas where you need more support. Wow. The read is already off to an amazing start. Let's go on ahead and get in. So we got our guides here. We got the messages from the guides. We have our download. So we have an idea of like the general direction where this reading is going here. Let's go on ahead and get Work Your Light going. Let's pull this guy open here. We have some 80s lo-fi chill on this evening. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the background music today. A little different. I like to change it up. So let's just give this guy a little shuffle. I'm going to see what messaging is here. Beautiful. Little candlelight reading today, right? Apologies if it's not too brightly lit. I'll try to adjust the filter when I upload this video to help with that, but I thought a candlelight reading would be kind of nice and like a nice, easy, relaxing, romantic energy. It's a date with the Ora-gen channel, right? Okay, what messages do we have here? With the Work Your Light deck for the collective, anything that could be beneficial for them with this reading. We had a clump come out here of cards. We'll take them. Yeah, Council of Light is at the bottom of the deck. Just side note, it's kind of hard to see, but this is a really beautiful card. It has a Council of like masters, ascended masters and light beings that are assisting you on your team. And these are a divine orchestration of helpers in the subtle realms. You guys have a lot of spiritual support. So you don't need to be like fighting people and, you know, arguing with people. And you don't need to do any of that. That's not your job. Let your spirit team assist. That's a really strong messaging coming through. I think a lot of you have been trying to hop in some areas that really you didn't need to. Yeah, we have birthing a new age here. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Look at this. This is what you guys are doing. Look at that work this person's doing. You guys are actually part of the process of birthing something new into your timeline. You are part of that. This is not like something to be taken lightly. It's like a person who didn't know maybe years ago that a creation or an invention they made is like now a standard part of, life, day-to-day life, something that everybody utilizes as technology to do an important daily process, and they just didn't know. They just thought, oh, well, it's a good idea. Maybe I'll share it and get it patented and try and get it out here. And it turned into something much bigger than what they ever could have thought. Maybe the person didn't even live to see the extent that this particular invention spread across the globe. Maybe they didn't even live long enough to see that, you know? I'm sure Edison knew that everything that he was doing was going to be utilized, but some of the creations that have sprung off of his creations are things that we utilize nowadays. And then we have inventors who were in indigenous regions way before people like Edison, that were in the continent of Africa, in India, and other places. And they've been using technology way before any place in Europe or any place else. And some of those inventions and things that we see offshoot creativity and technology coming from those inventions. So there's so much here about, you know, what you're doing and how that could play into future usage, new Earth 5D energy, and innovations that help humanity. Keep up the work and stay focused, definitely. We have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. This keeps coming up while we are working, while we are doing these amazing processes that are going to not only assist us to get on and stay on our soul path, but also help others during this timeline and future generations. We are being encouraged to retreat, rest, and be held. Be held by yourself. Take time for self-care and be held by your spirit team, your guides, the universe. Allow yourself to be held. If you are always the one holding others and supporting and giving to others, and you notice there's a pattern with that, it's time to shift that energy and understand, why is it that I'm the one that's doing that all the time? How can I open my hand fully to allow someone to place something in it, and also to be able to give fully? So there's something in the energy here with taking that time for self-care and how it will affect this work. And maybe even your response to whatever energies are coming up that are resistive or, you know, don't feel supportive. This came up before in the pre-shuffle, the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. You know, and this one has a bunch of beings all gathered together at a great mount. This is giving me the energy too of awakened beings, star seeds, chosen ones, whatever terms that you resonate with, that there's a gathering, an ingathering of these energies at this time, because there's so many people awakening to their gifts and abilities and trying to find ways to tap into them, or they have tapped into them. And they're just learning how to do that and to navigate life in a different way. And so when I look at the Great Gathering, it's all coming together, not just the work that you're doing in your creations, your whatever you're inventing here, whatever process you're coming up with, whatever new way of looking at things that you are coming up with, you're getting confirmation that it is coming together. It's happening. Stay with it. Don't get distracted by other energies. Not only that, this is part of a greater global gathering of light workers and intuitive beings that have awakened at this time. Almost like beings that were placed here and they had something inside that was just laying dormant until it was time for it to awaken. And then everybody just started like, almost like the universe, like God flipped a switch and then everybody just started like waking up. That's that Great Gathering. It doesn't have to be in one geographical location. It's happening all over the globe. And if you don't believe me, just check out some videos online and you'll see what I'm talking about. There's people all over the place awakening doing amazing things, whether it's creative, whether it's inventive, whether it's, you know, economic work, social work, whatever it is. There's people waking up all over the place, stepping into these tasks, these roles, excuse me, doing these different tasks. And it's happening simultaneously all over the place while we see all these other things happening in this timeline. So there is something to this great gathering energy, and you are definitely, whoever's resonating with this, you're a part of it. Unbound. We have releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. You are unbound and unlimited, collective. Do not be held to past contracts, beliefs, behavioral patterns, things that you did in past lives. You are unbound. You have been released from those contracts so that way you can focus on doing the work. So let's say we have like a contract with family members and we love and care about them, and that contract is that, you know, we came here through that family, but we find that they're very resistive to the work that we're doing that has to do with 5D New Earth energies. That's okay. Acceptance, right? Radical forgiveness. Acceptance says, okay, I understand this is where they're at. It's not for me to judge my family, but I do have to focus on the work that I'm here to do. So let me redirect here. Let me not argue with these ones. Let me not get fights going with them. Let me not allow them to pull me into fights and arguments. Let me just focus on my work here and speak with them and deal with them in ways that is uplifting or upbuilding, instead of dealing with them in ways that are negative or toxic for myself or for them. So you're being asked to really analyze these contracts and remember that you are unbound. You are a free agent here. So you need to make choices about how you utilize that agency. We also have Mintaken, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. This is what I was talking about. You all are light workers, and you are here at this time specifically because you chose to be here at this time to help with this work. When we come through, we don't remember everything. When we come through into this realm, we don't remember everything. Certainly, if you're a person that believes in past lives, there are some people that state that they can remember, but the average person does not. It's where your energy showed up at other times. So we might be dealing with emotional response from past life energy, but we may not know where it's coming from. 9 times out of 10, you don't recall specifics. 9 times out of 10, unless you go into like past life regression work or something like that. But that's not what this is about here. You might just have this inner feeling, a longing for home, something you understand but don't fully cognitively get. That's because you're an original light worker. And that is because you are here to work on these things that you're here to work on. Please remember that. And if you find that situations, people, behaviors are limiting you and keeping you from doing that work, you really, really, really need to redirect. Get back on track. Get refocused on the work. And then we have the Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. The Akasha. So this person is walking through the halls of the Akasha. That's beautiful. And the Akashic records, all that is a grand universal storing of all of the information associated with your existence here, your past lives, you know, the existence of beings here and past lives of beings here that have come through Mother Gaia and the earth. The Akasha halls, for at least part of it, that may not be all of it, but my understanding is that it's a great storing of knowledge and information. And a lot of members of the collective are being granted access to their Akashic records at this time to be able to understand more about what it is they're here to do. So please remember that your guidance is divinely guided. So when you are hearing confirmation, redirection back to the innovations, the work that you are here to do. Whatever this work is, whoever is resonating with this video, you are working on something very important. And this part of the message may be specific to a few people. That may not be a general message. What everyone's doing here is important, but this message is kind of zeroing in on somebody who is working on something that will be utilized here for, you know, New Earth energy, population, like the globe, potentially. Or maybe something you're doing is a part of something that will be utilized in that way. Stick with it. You are being divinely guided. Let this video be confirmation of that today. Wow. So that is that's the guides. No, that is the work your light. That's beautiful. Matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and read the card for the Akasha, because that's a really powerful card. Let's just see what's here. So let me see what we have here. Okay, so this is set up by section. So here we go. So the Akasha. So that's this card right here, guys. This one says the Akasha exists in the 5th dimension and the library of souls. All soul contracts, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information of the past, present, and future, and can tap into it at any time. While we have free will, there are also points on the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned. Soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It could be a company you chose to work for, a relationship you plan to have, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it is divinely guided and will not bypass you. If you're waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey, and you are exactly where you need to be. This is very exciting indeed. It is time to call in the support of your helpers, both in the physical realm and in the spirit world. To trust the signs coming, to take note of your dreams, to notice any feelings or visions that you receive, for you are tapping into the wisdom of the Akasha, and you are being given the go-ahead to proceed. Confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. Do I need to say anything else about it? And get yourself a dream journal. I got one of those recently and started utilizing it. Oops, goodness. Sorry guys, knocking the camera over here. Super helpful. And it's really nice because it has sections in it where you can write information about certain aspects of the dream, and it's super helpful when you are starting to get downloads about things or understanding things. Maybe you don't even have a YouTube channel or something like that, but you're just trying to understand more about your dream state and how your guides are speaking to you through your dream state or astral travel or whatever. Utilizing a dream journal can be super helpful. So the Work Your Light transmission says, hold the card on your heart and say, I open myself up to receive the wisdom of the Akasha. I am ready to download any information from my soul records that is in my highest good and the highest good of all right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is super powerful. Yes, so you guys are really being encouraged here to allow yourselves to reach into this really important work. And you are getting some assistance here because your Akashic records are open to you. You can ask your spirit team for guidance and support in understanding and accessing these records and how to utilize them with the work that you're doing. Tapping into universal energy, praying about it, whatever methods that you utilize to connect with that higher part of yourself and source energy, definitely utilizing that and tapping into that so that way you can understand more about the information that is here to help you with everything that you're doing. That is super important for whomever this message is resonating with. Okay, guys, I'm going to move this over here. And we're just going to grab a couple messages from the Starseed. And then we're going to close out tonight. All right. Let's see what we have here. We're just going to slide this over here. There we go. Let's make a little more room on the desk. As I always say, my virtual desk has more space on it than my physical desk. I store more things on my virtual desk. Okay, Spirit, what do we have for messages here to close out for the collective here on this download? Things that could be helpful to them or anything you want them to know. This one's popping out, so all right, we'll take these two and this one here. The cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. What did I just say about connecting? That's the message right there. You are supposed to be connecting with your higher self at this time. And you'll be doing this through meditation. You'll be doing this through prayer. You'll be doing this through asking your guides, your spirit team, whatever methods are connected for you spiritually. That's what you'll be doing at this time. There's where your focus goes, not on external energies coming at you. You are supposed to practice radical forgiveness within yourself. Okay? Accept where people are at. Don't go to people who are not in alignment looking for something they can't give. Release that. Tap into your actual help, universal and spiritual help, your spirit team. They're sending you a message. I'm here to support you. You're getting confirmation on that tonight. Double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. Look at this. I said it, the importance of who you are and what it is you are here to do. It is a double mission. It's the work that you're here to do, but it is also being you. Just by being you, just by being here, you are changing the timeline. You are shifting the energy just by being present. Please don't let that go over your head. There are days when you're not doing anything per se. Maybe you're tired and you need to take a break from working. That's okay. Just you being here is having an effect on this timeline. Please understand that. The blue flame. This is giving me Pleiadian energy. This came up in my last reading, Starseed reading, under the Pleiadian energy. So somebody's got some Pleiadian energy or has Pleiadian starseed roots. And go back to my video from like a week ago where I did the Starseed reading, and you'll hear about the Pleiades and like their general nature and how they assist. And a lot of them, if I recall correctly, really would rather than incarnating into physical bodies, prefer to be on people's spirit teams. That was a really interesting fact about the Pleiades. if I'm recalling that correctly. So, you know, if you've got this going on, this makes a lot of sense why you incarnated at this time. Your help is very much needed. But not only that, like, your whole thing is about helping others. So no wonder you're doing this innovation and, you know, like creating something to help others. No wonder you're inventing. That's your whole thing if your heritage is from the Pleiades. And not just helping humanity, helping others. So instead of being on someone's spirit team, you're here in the physical form assisting. This is why dealing with toxic resistive energies is so draining on you. The Pleiadians are just very like high vibrational, egalitarian society beings. Like they don't deal with that. So some of the things happening on Gaia right now is just a drain probably on you. Please hang in there. Be patient. Please know that your spirit team, probably some of your own family members from the Pleiades, are assisting you. And then we have Messenger. Sinus energy. No, Sirius energy. I thought it said sinus. That's what happens when you do a candlelight reading. Sirius energy, bringing harmony and balance. Yeah, Sirius, not like serious as in like an emotion, but more like serious, like the Starseed group. I'll have to pull out the galactic information on this group. I haven't pulled them in my Starseed group yet, so we'll see if they come up. Definitely somebody in here either has a messenger from Sirius, or they have Starseed like ancestry from Sirius. One of the two. Either way, and it could be both. But either way, your messenger is bringing harmony and balance. They're here supporting you. Look, their hands are out. They're showing you how to do it. Their hands are open. It's none of this. Their hands are open. They're showing you. You're getting an example and an understanding from your guides on how to do this. This is confirmation all over the map. Like, you have the support you need. Your job is not to fight and argue with people. You are proving people wrong by staying with the work. And that's not even why you're doing it. But the fact of the matter is, if you really are debating with someone over whether something is a just cause or something worthwhile to get involved in, by you doing the work and having the results you're having, that is how you will show them. Not by anything you could say out of your mouth, because they're not going to hear it. They have their mind set in a certain direction. Just let them have their mindset. It's okay. You're here to work on what it is you're here to work on, and also you don't want to drain yourself giving energy to situations like that. Stay focused, guys. This is amazing energy in it. You know, if somebody resonates with this, please do leave a comment in the chat so that we, you know, you don't have to tell what you're working on. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but, you know, definitely share about your experience, or, you know, how this resonates for you. That's amazing. We have so many amazing, powerful beings in the collective. It's always like an honor for me to like touch that energy and see what's there. I'm always just so honored to, you know, be a part of such an amazing collective. So keep up the good work, guys. You know, don't get distracted. You don't need to do anything to prove anything. And definitely rely on your spirit team. They're giving you a confirmation. Hey, I'm here. Ask me for help. They're not going to force themselves on you. But if you ask for help, they'll be there like that. They're always there. Just ask them. And once again, you don't need to prove yourself to people who don't understand. Just do your work. Okay, guys, that was a really strong message coming through. So definitely grateful that I could be here to give that. We're going to go on ahead and close out the reading tonight. If you have any questions or would like a personal reading, feel free to reach out to me. The email address is in the description underneath the video. hopefully this message, if it resonated for you or it was inspiring to you, even if it wasn't your message, feel free to like, share, subscribe, so that way you can get notifications about upcoming videos. Please do hit the all button so that way you can get notifications for all the new videos as they come up, because one of these could be your message and you don't want to miss it, especially like the whole 8-8 portal energy decisions. So on any messages associated with the work that we are individually doing, it's super important that we're getting those messages in a timely manner. So definitely hit the subscribe and all button. I will be uploading some more videos. Keep this in mind, you know, Council of Light, you have guides here to assist you. Please don't forget that. Definitely love you guys. Hope you're having a beautiful day, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you. I'm just so glad you were here with me. And once again, my name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen channel, and I look forward to being with you in the next read. Okay, bye-bye, guys.